Hey, at Brothers United Round Table, man. I'm with a special guest, man, by the name of Tyler, man. And we're here today to talk about this brother, man. We're here today to talk about the importance of brotherhood and also talk about his channel, the nightlife. And the nightlife represents this whole thing of ours, Brothers United, man. And this is a beautiful thing today, man. I want to talk about this young brother, man. He's a young brother, age of 22, 23.
Yeah.
Birthday just passed, right?
Yep. That's right.
Man, this is crazy, man. Young brother, I want to say on the rise, man. I'm telling, I'm predicting 26, 27, millionaire, man. Good speaker, good talker. He understands the importance of brotherhood at a young age. A lot of guys at his age is still trying to find themselves, man. I want to talk about this guy today, man. I want to talk to this guy today. So I call you Stallion, but we're gonna call you Tyler.
Stallion. That's
Man,
right.
what brought you to social media, man? What made you want to do this thing?
Um, just really, just everything that comes with like. So I'm excited to start this new page. The new page
Yeah.
already. I'm starting up, and yeah. So I'll just be doing interviews around the world, just asking people and just kind of learning about different cultures, how people feel about relationships, the work life, just everyday normal stuff that people go through. Me, you, everybody else. So yeah, I'm excited to start this new journey and see how it goes.
Man, where are you originally from, by the way?
From Sicily. Well, I was born in Massachusetts, raised in Sicily, and then moved back to Texas. So I just kind of been around the world.
Man, that's the crazy thing, man. He's from Sicily, man. And so he got a home base, man. His
Yeah,
home country, man. And that's the beautiful thing, man. That's what's unique about the guys because you be able to get all perspectives, plus his home country too, man, as he traveled the world, man. That's the exciting thing, man, about that, man. So overall nightlife. Let's talk about it, man. What the nightlife I know about you in the night. Now I've done
yeah,
been out
yeah.
with you a lot of times, man. We've done been on some crazy adventures.
Yep.
I got videos with me and you. I'll tell you, what is the nightlife to you? I know one of the guys who inspired you, his name was Kurt. What
Yes. Yep.
let's talk about Kurt, man, and what inspired you to do the nightlife and what's the nightlife all about?
The nightlife. Well, first of all, I like going out sometime from time to time. It's fun seeing different people and just enjoying the night and everything. But mostly, like Kurt, like he's a famous YouTuber and he just does videos pretty much streaming around the world. You know, everywhere, Colombia, Cuba, Italy, anywhere you can think of, all around the country, just, day to day life. And I just love that kind of content. And I just want to, create it kind of like live that sort of life, be able to see different countries. Because I've only visited, a handful, just one country. And then, yeah, two countries actually, US and then Italy. But that's it. Never been, South
Have you ever
America
been to
or
Cuba?
never. No, no.
Man, okay,
So
man.
I want to explore the South America. I just want to travel all over the place. I want to visit different countries and just explore the world. That's one of my ultimate goals.
And see that the importance of that. Well, the importance of that is what we trying to do as well as a community, as brothers, man. We trying to help men around the world. That's why globally we stand. We're trying to build around the world. It's very important, man. We want to go into the topic of brotherhood, the importance of it. And what brought you to the community? What brought you to Brothers United? What was the interesting thing about brotherhood and Brothers United? What made you interested in something like that?
Well, just everything pretty much, like from the you know from having real people around you, brothers, everybody supports you, and just having that uplift every time you feel down or whatever. Like, just not even if you feel down, but just that push you get from people around you, like, hey, we got to do this, we got to do that. Because if you're on your own, kind of like, or if you're hanging around with certain people you shouldn't be with, they drag you down as opposed to bring you up, and you don't get that kind of like motivation or that extra push you would as if you have real friends and real brothers around you.
And that's very important because of what we stand for. The crazy thing is that we represent core principles, and I talked about them in my introduction, man. Masculine principles, and those rules we live by. There's no man left behind. We live through that, man. We live through camaraderie. We always keep our honor as a family, man. And that's what brothers should be doing. Brothers should be working together. in unison, man. We should be building together as a unit, man, because that's all we have, right? We
Hundred
that's all
percent.
we have of each other, man. And in the society that makes it very hard for us to come together, man. There's a time where there's a need, a lot of separation is going on in society, especially in the Western cultures with men. And, it's important for us to work on that and build with each other, man. And I want to get back to you, man, and talk about your journey in life, man. I mean, we know you're very young, man. You up and coming. I do believe you're going to be very successful because I think the nightlife is going to be very important for people to watch because it's going to be all about people experiences not only in the club life because he lived his life. I ain't gonna lie, man. He lived this life, man. His experiences, not just in the club life, but with different people, men, women, different experiences. What makes him different as a person? What's going on, brother? Old school, brother. Uh, and how you been yourself, bro? But get back to you, man. The experiences that you have experienced throughout your life, I feel as though, man, is that you as a person, it makes you unique, man, to be your age, man. I always talk about your age. We got a lot of young people today starting to become successful, but don't have the work ethic like you have. Because I didn't work with you, man, and you have an extreme work ethic, man. What made you have that work ethic? What inspires you to want to be different and great in your life?
I would say my grandpa, he was really like hardworking and just pretty much everything. He always told me like, be honest, work hard, do this, do that, and do that. So that's why I think my attributes, my just characteristic came from him, and just overall, like I'm just a inspired person. I always like to motivate myself, like whether it's the gym, whether it's outside, money, anything you think of, just love, pushing forward. Like even if it's a gym, I always want to go a pound extra. I want to see how far I can go, so I'm just very like motivated in that sense. Yeah.
And most men are losing that quality. That's what I say is very important, masculinity. I know when you talk about masculinity, people talk about Andrew Tate. And I like Mr. Andrew Tate because he enforced that something we have lost today and having the masculine principle. We're living by that, man.
Yeah.
That's why I like your work ethic because it's a masculine thing to want to push yourself and be driven to be great, right?
Yep. Yep. 100%.
And that's something that's important, man. We're gonna talk about the experiences with women, and that's why I say, how do you feel about today's society when it comes to the marriage life and just life in general, man? When it comes to women, man, like what is the problem with the modern day relationship and how you feel about
Well, I think it's just, I don't know. It's just like the whole, I think everything is just kind of slowly going downhill, just from the family, just everything. I mean, women want this, want that, there's this and that. And the man wants this, that. So it just don't click. And then, you know, too many options, too much stuff going on. And it's just kind of like the women, she's free. She can do what she wants. So why would she need another man? Why would you stick around for somebody who's not going to do this, and that? Or, you know,
it? Is it because of the government assistance programs and the support from the system that no need of a man?
yeah, it could be. Yeah, I would say so. And then, like, again, they have options. They can kind of pick and choose. Like, the guy has more money, or he's taller, or he's this, he's that. And it's easier for women to get into doors as opposed to, being a man, sort of. So, yeah, that's why I think. And then men, you get like Andrew Tate says a lot of times, he said you got to have certain attributes, certain characteristics to be that guy. So if you don't have those, you kind of like you lost. If you scrawny, skinny, you fat, obese, whatever it is, like you don't have money, you don't qualify. You can't get the finest girl, the good looking girl. So it's just like it's all one puzzle.
But I think that come from now. I do think that come from too many experiences, right? I think women have too many options, and when you have abundance of options, you don't. You how can you take anybody seriously?
Right? Yeah.
You have too many experiences with guys, and you have too many options. So it's hard for you to stay committed to one person when you see so many options coming towards your way.
True.
It's a very hard thing for them as well. Now I got to talk to you about because you in the unique position because you're from Sicily, right?
Yes. Yep.
And so, how are the women compared to Sicily and compared to the U.S.?
I would say they're more traditional in a sense. I'm not saying everyone, because of course the world is shifting, is moving. So it's just anywhere you go, you're gonna have that. But they're more, traditional, like kind of like, okay, they get with a man, they stick around and blah blah, and they have a family and kids and everything else. And that's the kind of life I lived all the way up to I was 15 years old. That's the kind of, the life I lived. Just okay, my grandpa, my grandma, my mom, this, that, and that. So you kind of see kids going to school, the parents drop them off. And that's what I was, this was early 2000, 2005 and 4. And then, yeah, when I came to the US, it was just different. It was just kind of like a lot of divorce, a lot of this, and just, it's
It's a
just kind of
culture.
different. It's a
So,
culture. It's just different, very different.
and that's what I was talking about. America don't have a women problem. We have a cultural issue,
That's
right?
right.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm starting to realize as I evolve in this knowledge of understanding, right?
Yep.
And we have a cultural issue in the West, right? The
Yep.
culture in your home country more about family. So you've seen fathers, you've seen mother and fathers, you've seen people traditionally in households, and you've
That, yeah.
seen that in America. It's a divide, a great divide, right? And it's a split between the sexes. So you don't really see
Yeah.
a unison when
Yep.
it comes to family relationships.
Yeah. And well, also too
Mm.
is like, you know, here it's just everything is money, 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 money driven. Money drives the world. It makes the world go round. So if the woman's making a lot of money, she's able to do whatever she wants. Like the man's doing his thing. Like the kid, let's say if they do have a kid, the kid's going to school, but it's not that, traditional. Like, okay, the mother stays home. She's like, oh, I'm gonna go work and do what I want to do, and vice versa. So it's kind of just everything, just money motivation, and they just kind of everything else just,
It's not really family. Is not really. It's
yeah,
like
it's
the
not
last
important.
priority,
Yeah,
right?
it's not important. It's kind of just out the window. As opposed to my grandfather, he's like, I'm gonna go to work, take care of my kids, and then do this. And my grandmother, she would sit home, take care of everything, because women have hard jobs too to do.
Mhm.
Having to raise the kids and cooking and cleaning and blah blah, blah. And especially kids when they're newborns, you got to deal with that and food and crying and everything. So yeah, so that's how it was back then. And I mean, just everything changes.
And
Everything is
that's why
different.
we have a dilemma in the West, right?
Yeah.
Men are not valued. I mean, men, you both understand that.
Yep.
Men have a great divide within themselves because they have no fathers,
Hmm.
so they have this self hate in a way towards men, and it's not consciously, it's self consciously. It's not a thing that they want to. It's just embedded in them because they didn't see that growing up. So they was taught their father was this and that. So when you have a negative connotation about something, you just kind of gonna run with it, right?
Yeah.
That's because of culture, right?
Yep.
So
That's
that
right.
great divide got us all separated, and
Hmm.
so when you have that, everybody becomes affected, right?
Yep.
So that's why I say brothers united, man. We're about family, we're about unity as men, but we're about having our own independence. Men are independent. We want to have our own independence. We want to have our own. We want to be able to build on our own. We don't want to be ruled by Western culture. We want to be able, like as you talked about with what you said, you want to be able to travel around the world, and be able to build for your perspective, and be able to do that and have your workplace around the world instead of being in
Mhm.
one position, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard because it's like if you work in a job, unless even if you get paid a lot of money, you're still not free. Kind of like, okay, you still got to go to work every day. You got to request the days off. Okay, time is up. Like you get only 3 weeks, let's say, for the whole year, but you're limited. You can't really just say, okay, I work on my terms. I can go out and do what I want to do. I'm not saying be responsible, just like not work,
Mhm.
but just be able to work, but also enjoy life. Kind of like be out there and
Enjoy life
yeah,
and be able
enjoy. Oh
to.
yeah, that's important
We,
because life is short. You
and,
know.
and that's to me the goal of Brothers United.
You know.
Give the man the ability to move as freely as he wants. Men seek freedom, man,
Yeah.
and divine freedom of to be able to move without nobody controlling you and telling you how to, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what we look at. That's what we doing. That's what we focusing on is, man. Economically, we focusing on that all around, man. And Brothers United is just not the round table as I'm here today with this good brother. It's a whole global media conglomerate where we want to focus on as a unit, man, as brothers united, man. And that's very important for us to understand those who watch and those who will see this channel as we grow, man. We all about growing as man. We all about brotherhood and being there for each other, man. And that's what we represent as brothers, man. I can't tell you too many stories, but I can tell you a story with the stallion. I call him the
All right.
stallion with Tyler, man. Man, when he needed me, man. And this was the time where he was drunk and he just wasn't in the right position and had to make sure. Tell him about the time, man, when you was like you just wasn't there and you needed help. And when I came to and like tell us the story, man. So brothers
Yeah,
can know the story when it was a time we was out the club and you needed my
yeah,
help to take you home. Talk about that.
yep. Now I remember it was one night, me and him had went out, and then it was like I think it was New Year's or something. I don't
Yeah.
remember, but yeah, I was like I ended up getting drunk, and I was like, bro, I told you, I say, bro, I need some help, I need a ride, and you know, so he came through and just kind of picked me up late at night, just you know, came through, and then just took me home, make sure I was safe, and that was good.
And that's what brotherhood is about, man. That's called camaraderie, right?
Yep, he helped me
And
get water. I still remember he's
man,
like, drink water, sober up a little bit, go home. But yeah, I try not even to drink like that anymore. I'm just
yeah.
like, you know what? I want to change my ways, and
But
yeah,
even
it's fun to go out, but
yeah,
getting tossed up like that is unhealthy.
right.
Now, like as you know too, like even when the New Year's came, I promised myself like I'm not going out. I'm not gonna be doing this and doing crazy things. And I started hitting the gym and just focus on one thing and work, gym. Some people call it lame. They say, "Oh, that's lame. Why would you be home every weekend?" And but to me, it's just like I'm focused. I'm in the right path. So if I gotta why follow everything else people say it's fun to do, like drink, get drunk, and then Monday just go to work, and then Tuesday, oh shit, and
It's a,
it's
but
just it's a cycle. It's like
it goes back to having the right people in your corner, right? You have the right people around you that's going somewhere, right? You're
yep,
gonna go somewhere beside them. But if you have people in your life that's not going anywhere, 9 times out of 10, that's gonna be your life as well, man. Birds of a feather flock together.
yeah, absolutely,
Absolutely, and that's the
yep,
truth. And so
yep,
that's why I say this is very important that
yep,
men start working together and building with each other, man. And that's the power of unity. And I call that the superpower of men, camaraderie, man. They do it in the military,
and
they teach that. And that's what get these guys through the hard times at war, man, because they have camaraderie, they have brothers with them through the hard times. And that's what we represent, man.
yep,
Camaraderie, man, brotherhood, man.
yeah, and even like you just said, I think earlier this interview, like you even said, like okay, the people you hanging out with, right? I remember just hanging out with knuckleheads like idiots. You're just kind of going out every weekend, bro. Let's do this, let's do that, let's drink, let's blah blah. And, it just leads you down the wrong path, and it doesn't take you nowhere in life. It's just all they look forward is like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weekends. That's it. It's not really like you good. Let's hit the gym. Make sure you're good. Make sure let's get money. Like it's not like that. It's just like you know up for destruction kind of.
Right, right,
It's
right.
not really. So yeah,
It ain't really nothing that's gonna set your path in the right direction, right?
yeah, that's right. Yep.
And that's something that if you listening to me,
And
just understand, right? That if you got people around you that's not going in the right direction, you gotta cut them off.
that's right. And even then, even too, like even after high school, I remember like we were so close, like just brothers, like, oh yeah, like which I thought with my brothers, like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna go out partying every single weekend, girls, this and that, strip clubs, anything. And then from there, after graduation, they went their separate way. Nobody knows where they're at. So I'm just like, oh shit, who knows where they're at? I went my way, they went their way, and we just kind of nobody talked to each other. That was just like a high school hype that people think, oh, these are gonna be my friends for life, but they're really not. They're just temporarily friends, like, and yeah, and that's how I think like a lot of relationships are today. Like
Mhm.
one way, you meet somebody, okay, cool, and then eventually it's gonna go out the window. Like, oh well, shit. Almost like a relationship, almost
Right,
like
right.
a woman and a man in a
Mhm.
relationship. They stay together for a year, 2, 3 years, get tired of each other. Well, fuck it, I'm just gonna move on and
Right.
kind of do my thing. And I feel like friendship are becoming that too. Like just like, oh,
Yeah,
they stay together and
it's separate, right?
Separate, yeah.
And you got this separatism type of mindset. Like
Yeah.
I could do it myself. And brothers, I'm here today to tell you,
Yeah. I love, yeah.
man, you need each other. You know, when I met this guy, my good brother Tyler, man, he was trying to find himself, and I was like a coach. You know, I was a coach to him. I was pushing him to motivate him because I see potential. And when you see potential in people, some people realize. I mean, they live up to it, and most people don't. But he's able to realize and start to live up to his potential. As I
Yeah.
speak to you guys today, man, a great brother, man, young. It's hard to get young men today to really see the value of themselves and their potential and be able to live up to their potential as men.
Yep.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I remember even too, you said the outside, you can only see like yourself, right? But you can't see the outside, how they see you. So you know, let's say I'm doing a bench press, right? You can see I'm doing it not correct, right? You
Mhm.
can see I'm like fumbling or I have a bad posture and I'm doing it wrong. So you can see the outside, right? So you can say, well, I saw this, so you have this kind of potential. But me inside, I can't see it. So that's pretty much what you did. You're like, yo, bro, like I see you could do this, do that. And I was just always like, no, I can't do that. He's like, bro, you got the personality, you could do this. So hyping me up and not even just hyping me up, but just making me realize like there's so much I can do than just working a job and then, you know, trying to get a degree or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like sort of follow something you already have naturally have, something characteristic of something you already have that you can utilize it to become
Utilize it to
somebody.
become
You
somebody,
know,
man. Yeah, and we could talk about many brothers, man. Like we got so many different brothers, a part of Brothers United, but one of the brothers I know in particular that is a dear brother of mine, man. He will be there no matter what, right?
yeah,
And I could tell you a time we just went out and he flipped the bill when we had the bill, but he just flipped it. And I remember when we was out there, man, went out to eat, all of us just having a great time, and he just said, flip the bill. Was like, no, we just gonna take care of it. Like, no, I'm good. I got it. Y'all my brothers, and not many brothers understand that.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean, what did you tell the guy? He was like, man, you didn't have to do that. And talk about it, man. Like, cause
No,
that's something that hits you a little bit different.
yeah, because I even told you before we even left, right? I was kind of like, I'm always prepared. If I go out, I always have money in my pocket. If I accept like going out and you say, hey, you want to go to a concert, I'm not gonna expect you to pay for me. I'm
Right,
already
right.
prepared to like, and that's everybody. I mean, I'm not saying some people might not. I don't know, but me personally, I'm already prepared to like, okay, if I'm gonna go out, I need to have money. I get there and I order steak and all this good food, and then at the end, the reason I ordered steak was because I was gonna pay for it. I knew like I'm gonna order what I want to do and I'll pay for it. Come to find out, it was like, no, don't worry about it. I'll pay for everybody. I was like, holy shit.
And,
It kind of stuck with me. I was like, wow,
that's
that's
brotherhood.
real.
That's
Yeah,
brotherhood.
yeah.
And most men are about self.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
and sorry to cut you off. Even a lot of
mhm,
times, is like a lot of my friendship have been like money, money, money. I got to pay for everything. Oh, well, I'm putting this. You got to buy everything myself, and then they say, yeah, we'll pay you tomorrow. Never see the money again. So it's just different when he was like, no, I got it. Boom. It's just like, wow, at least somebody. It's not. I don't have to always just be like, yeah, I'm paying for everyone, and
that's
feel
brothers
like you're
united.
being used in a sense.
Right. That's brothers united. That's one of the rules we live by, man. And
Yeah,
that's being there for your brother, man. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
respect is a big thing. I talked about that we were gonna be going over all these rules, but respect is important too, man. We live by that as well as brothers, man. And like he just said, man, that's what we do. We look out for each other, man. We there for each other, and that's what you do. If you call somebody your friend, I'm just talking about if you had somebody in your life that was just a friend,
hmm
they should have your back. And he just talked about all his friends was just mooching and doing this, looking out for themselves. That's not a friend. That's a
yeah.
leech, right?
Yep.
That's just I wouldn't even call that an associate, man. Just somebody that's around you, right?
Yeah, just for the to benefit off of you or something.
Exactly. That's not brotherhood. Brotherhood is everything.
Yeah.
Brotherhood is the last thing we have as brothers. And I'm here today to tell you, I'm willing to lay my life on the line for my brothers, right?
Yep.
I'm here for my brothers. I'm gonna make sure my brothers become successful. Everybody, my whole team that's with me, that helped build this podcast, everybody's with me. These are my brothers. These are the people I'm willing to lay my life on the line with, right? This what makes sense to me. I believe that we in the society where we so divided and we taught to be that way, that we need to rethink our mindset and start working together as a group and as a unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm grateful that this good brother allowed me to interview him, man. Tyler the Stallion,
Yeah.
aka the Stallion, man. And I think when y'all go to the nightlife, man, y'all gonna love his channel, man. He's up and coming. He have an introduction video. He gonna be dropping videos, man. How you gonna be doing your structure when it comes to your videos, uh,
Uh,
uploading, and how you feel like you're gonna do that?
yeah. I'm gonna try to go in a hot spot somewhere nice, like lit up where there's a lot of people, and just kind of start recording, knock it out, and then just keep posting.
Right, right. Because the crazy thing about him is he has a crazy work ethic, man. You know, if they tell him to go small, he gonna go big, and that's why I say this guy, look out for him. Next 5 years, man. I'm telling you, he gonna be a force to be working with, man. Because he not by himself.
That's right. Yep.
He not by himself. He got us brothers. He got everybody behind him. He's not by himself, and that's why I want you brothers to understand before I close this podcast is that we as men should not be alone. People around you and they calling you your friends and they don't have your back, you need to cut them off because they're not your friends.
100%.
They're not your friends, man. They're not your brothers, man. And so we live by a code of brotherhood. Period.
Yep.
You know, this is my brother. No matter what race or what he is, he's my brother. He go through the same strife I go through in this society. Yep. He still was born a man. He still go through the same issues. I don't care if he was yellow, green, or black, just like me. And so that's the importance of brotherhood, man. And I just want you guys to understand that Brothers United, man, is like I said before months ago, and y'all been waiting, man. This is a new beginning for us.
100%.
For all of us, man. And so we're gonna work towards building another man and a better future, man. Look out for this brother, the nightlife. Look out for the nightlife. Because it's gonna be fun, exciting, and adventurous. Hell, you may see me on that sometime.
You'll get everything rolling. Starting next week, we're gonna kill it.
And so I'm just excited for this brother. He up and coming, man. 23 years old, man. Yep. And man, that's the crazy thing about it, man. 23 years old, man. He's just up and coming, and he's motivated. Go ahead.
And my channel's gonna be BU Nightlife.
BU Brothers, man. Brothers Unite Nightlife, man. And support, man. I believe he's gonna be even bigger than Kurt. Now I know he like Kurt, man. I'm just, I'm talking my shit, man. I'm happy for Kurt. He's great. He's very successful. He put me on the Kurt, and I love his channel, man. But he's gonna be the next Kurt. He's gonna be the next Kurt, man. He's gonna be doing it, man. And I'm just excited, man. Make sure you subscribe to the Nightlife. Thank you, brothers, for coming to the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you share this video, man. The world need to know. The world need to understand what brotherhood and what do it mean. Man, this is Brothers United Roundtable, man. I am out.
Boom.